Welcome back to Half A Hot Rods. This week we're working on the 1957 Chevy pickup, putting it on a 97 chassis, and we are going to get some welding done on the firewall. We've got to make the 97 and the 57 firewalls match up, and they're not even close. But by the end of this video, they will be. Okay, so when we last left off, we had to make some more patch panels. And what I was thinking was we needed to make a whole bunch of patch panels. But recently while I was I had some downtime the other day, and I was just watching YouTube when it was a totally appropriate time to be doing so. And I watched Half-Ass Customs, and he had this great big section of floor pan he cut out, and then he just made one template for the whole thing, even though it was different directions and weird cuts. And so I thought, well, I like what he does, and his stuff's all really cool and awesome. And so now I'm going to do the same thing. I have gathered some boxes. I got one kind of cut out there and some more over yonder way. And I guess we're going to have some more arts and crafts time, but we're going to try and make this in just a couple panels per side, because I don't know if you remember from the previous videos, somebody did not plan their cuts very well. Now I've cleaned it up a lot, so it'll be better than what that guy left us to work with, but it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge than maybe it needed to be. So yeah, let's get started and play with scissors, maybe run with scissors. I don't know. Let's get crazy. Hound, should we run with scissors? Only if you're a small child. Wow, Hound, that's really dark, even for him. All right, let's get rolling. I have an idea. Might be a good idea, might be a bad idea. Let's go look. Let's go see how bad the pieces I cut out of the 57 cab are. They're pretty bad. Yeah, I think I had to take them out in multiple chunks. So putting them back in is probably not realistic. Which one's which? Probably this one's passenger side. We'll set it in there and look at it, but I don't think that's going to work. Yeah, I don't think that's the way those came out of there. That ain't going to work. What do you think? Should we try and make that with 1, 2, 3 bends? So this sits like this. So it needs to go over. Now the question is, do I have any chunks of metal big enough to do this with? It's a good question. Well, the roof of the 97 should work for a couple patch panels. Problem is, I'm out of cutoff wheels. I've got a few mostly worn ones. I don't know how far I'm going to get before I'm going to have to go to town. There's the 97 roof I saved, along with some other 97 parts and miscellaneous junk. Look at that, we can get patch panels out of the inside too. Just a little nick. Whoa!
How you know I was there?
No!
This video is sponsored by Starbucks.
It's actually not, and normally I don't drink this, but she wanted to give it to me, so I probably should.
What you doing?
This is a patch panel. It's professionally produced. Let me just show you. Stand by. Perfect, right? No. Hound, where's the template? I wonder if we shouldn't free bend the bottom part of this. I wrote the bend on the wrong side. I'll need another bend like somewhere in here. We might be doing things. It feels like we're doing things, Hound. It really does feel like we're doing things. Let's see if it works. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to bend the side up too. So before we can even slide that in there all the way to see if it's gonna work, this side. Let's figure out how we're going to do that. We might have to cut relief cuts in it. I don't know. This was bent this way. This was bent this way. Right? So if this is like this, this should be about like that. Let's not go crazy. This is where the problem's going to lie, because somewhere about here or here, this also has to go this way. So that we're going to have to slice this in order to allow it to. I didn't take much off. We're just going to have to go like a tickle at a time. I'm glad now I didn't try to do an even bigger piece. There's so many places for this to hit, it's hard to tell what's hitting. Let's see if we can figure out how to put just a little wrinkle in that, so it'll step around the sheet metal we've got. This bottom part needs to go that way. I think that accomplishes what I'm trying to accomplish. Let's go see. I'm so glad I didn't try to make this bigger. Yep, that fitment is better.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Alright, how are we going to hold this in here? That one burned a hole. I thought it was holding, but it's not. It's not. A couple of them don't look bad. Okay, well, the last couple didn't get anything. Oh, good. Oh, good. That's super thin. Why wouldn't it be?
So what's that piece out of?
The roof of the 97.
No kidding?
Yeah. It was flat when I started.
Nice. I gotta say, that's impressive. Like most guys who do stuff like this, they start out with a perfectly flat piece of metal and they have fancy metal brakes and all that BS.
I bet that with my hands. And a couple of hammers.
As you should.
I mean, it's not. I wouldn't try and make a fender. But for something that's going to be under the carpet, I think it's fine.
I think our granny said, just let Wyatt weld it.
Yeah, did that seem a little spicy to you? I'm like, that was unnecessary.
Well, we can read it.
Why'd you have to go that route? We took a break to have Wyatt help us with some other welding that you can't see. And then had some dinner and downloaded some files. Came back out. Played Arts and Crafts time some more. There's some more mess from Arts and Crafts. There's a template. Looks good, right? Not too complicated. There's the metal we cut out to match that. This one has many more compound curves, so I'm not sure how well this is going to go. There's where we got it from, that 97 roof. That came from the Chop Top video. Check that out if you hadn't. It's good stuff. Alright, so now we get to try and make this flat piece of metal fit this not flat situation here. So, yeah, let's see how this goes. The first one was a challenge, but I'm happy with the results. So why not go for a bigger challenge? Why not? Because you don't have those skills. That's why not.
That's called foreshadowing.
We're going to try it anyway. So this is deliberately left too big. And now we got to make her fit. So I got to figure out, I was thinking working from the bottom up, put her together and bend it until it fits, right?
Probably not.
That's what we did last time and it worked. This is going to be a challenge already, I can see. I went ahead and gave that next section a little bow too, because I know it needs that. All this has to fold and come back to the 57 cab, which probably needs to be grinded before I forget about it. Or ground? Probably ground. We just have to figure out how far it is from there to there, and how far down it is to there. Alright? Let's do this one step at a time, because when I look at all of this, it's a lot. It's too much. I guess what I'm gonna do is cut and bend and cut and bend and cut and bend until I get what I want. Well, I've been working on this complex curve for a long time now, and well, it's basically turned into hot garbage. So here's what I've got. I decided I was gonna cut and bend and cut and bend, and if you get far enough away, it looks okay, you know, like the moon. So I think what I'm going to do is just cut the garbage part off, and then I'll come in and put strips in here. I'll do smaller pieces. I'll have to do more panels, but smaller pieces, and I think that will be more doable for me and it'll look better. So I'm going to cut some more off tonight, or cut what I can off. These are my two best cutoff wheels remaining, so shouldn't take long before I'm done with those. And we'll see tomorrow. Hopefully in a little better mood, because I'm making progress instead of going in circles. Okay, I'm back. It's a new day. After I turned the camera off, I got a few cardboard templates made. So that's kind of what we're going to try and do. Got some of the cutting done. That last one might be a bit of a booger yet, but we'll worry about that when we get there. So I went to Tractor Supply this morning, got some cut-off wheels and even a few flap discs. Got the hound dog out here to give me a hand. Let's see if today goes better than yesterday. I think what happened, honestly, is I felt like the first one went so well that I got a little overconfident and decided to go a little crazy with the second one. That one really should be shaped with like a sandbag and a mallet and multiple shaping hammers, and I've seen it done, but they didn't do it with a ball peen hammer and a cutoff wheel and a crescent wrench. So we're going to go at this more according to the tools that I actually have in my hands and the abilities that I have. So we're going to start fresh today and cut some pieces. Alright, arts and crafts time. Here we go again.
I got good news. We're extending arts and crafts time by 4 hours today.
Almost lost my cool there.
So I played around with a scrap piece, and where I've got overlap I don't do too bad, but where I've got a 90-degree joint, I'm blowing holes. I went in and watched a few videos, ate my lunch, and now we're going to do some more testing and see if I can figure out how to do this without being terrible at it and blowing holes. Using 035 wire because that's what I have, no gas. Machine's turned down as low as it can go for wire speed and heat. I don't know what else to do. One guy said you should break off the end every time because it becomes a hard spot. Another guy said the length of the stick out can affect the heat.
That's what she said.
So maybe by giving it a little more stick out, I'll have less heat. Maybe. I'm going to try that. I'm also concerned my ground clamp isn't holding as good as it could be, so we're going to help it. I almost bought a new ground clamp this morning, but I didn't want to spend $20 on it. Just feel like that one doesn't have enough pressure. You can see the end of that's a different color, so I guess it makes sense it would be hotter. Now what's happening? We're not blowing through. We're also not getting good penetration. Alright, so I watched a bunch of videos and kind of figured out that flux core is not the best option for doing sheet metal welding, especially when it's thin and you're butt welding it. The lap welds it works okay for, but not the greatest for butt weld, which is what I'm trying to do. Wyatt is home again. He's agreed to help me. He's going to do most of the welding. Hopefully I'll make a run at it too so I can try to redeem myself. And I'm going to go start cutting out the next patch panel. Here we go.
What do you think about that? Do you get enough penetration?
Well, the nice thing is you can look from the inside. Oh, yeah, that looks really good. yeah, I think that's... I don't know. These don't look as good as these, though. You can't give him too much credit. You don't want him getting a big head. One he's got...
A big head. That was just genetics, though.
Yeah. once Wyatt took over, we just kind of went to town, and he did the welding, and I did the arts and crafts with the cardboard and scissors. And then we even got Maverick to come out and help. He was swinging a hammer, or
Help is a loose term.
yeah, help is used loosely. His dog was out here. Hi, Shania. We feel bad for her because she's so ugly. Shania, hey, look at the people. Tell them how ugly you are. Yeah, you should be ashamed. Anyway, Wyatt's got this Yes welder. He's got his hooked up on gas and running 30 wire.
35.
30. Oh, it is 35. So same size wire as mine, just not flux. As I understand it, the melting point of the flux is about the same as the melting point of the sheet metal, so
And I have it set up for 18 gauge.
you can do the math.
That's what my settings are set for, is 18
Okay.
gauge.
So his welds look just slightly better than mine. But the fact that is boxed in, just I'm so excited. Except you missed the spot here. It's like your template wasn't made right. Oh wait, I did that before he came out here. So yeah, this is how my shop looks. Like a bomb went off. Like, get out of the way.
She's in my way.
Hey, ugly dog. Kick rocks.
She's ready for bed.
Run away.
Run away.
This is what progress looks like. All blown apart again.
Still want to go to Aspen? Oh, it gets 70 miles per gallon.
This is where the cowboy rides away.
Shania, no! Hey!
She's like, what the?
What is going on?
I don't
Come here.
understand. I do a lot of stuff using the wrong tools. And a lot of times you can make the wrong tools work for the job. But this was definitely a case of there's a right tool for every job, and that made a huge difference. So when we switched to the gas welding and Wyatt doing it, it helped a lot. I did do some welding. I didn't film all of it because I knew this was already getting into being a long video, and it's the same stuff over and over again. Cut it, grind it, fit it, cut it, grind it, fit it. Do that 5 or 6 or 14 times, and then fit it in there and weld it. But I did redeem myself. I did do a lot of welding on the driver's side myself, so I feel better about that. I just need to get gas on my own welder now, I guess. I'm thankful for both the boys coming out and helping me because we made a ton of progress that night. If you like what we're doing, come back and check us out again. Check out some of the older videos to see how we got to where we are. We've got more coming on this truck. I'm going to keep really busting on it. I'm hoping that I can get it to a car show before car shows are over for the winter, even though it won't be finished. So that's coming soon, hopefully. If you like what we're doing, click like, subscribe. As always, remember, if I can do it, you can do it, even if it takes a few tries and maybe some colorful vocabulary. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.